So just aim that at me. And I'll give this hypothesis. Are you aiming it at me?
I am.
Okay. So I think the dollar may be killing the United States. You don't have to stare at it that closely.
I'm trying to capture you
But don't turn off the video thing.
without capturing the photographs of your boys.
Oh, shit, Clete. I appreciate your attempt at de-identify and being super clandestine. But this conversation is going to be on the video.
Go ahead.
All right. So, when I was a kid, America made pretty much everything. You would go to the toy store, and if toys said made in Japan on them, you knew they were junk. And then that changed over time, and the Japanese stuff became high quality. Their cars were eventually junk, and then they had, like, the Toyota cars of the early 90s are sort of legendary for their how long they would last. Even though they're kind of small and not made with heavier materials, they were durable and they were functional. So then I kind of recollect there being this monumental decision to give China most favored nation trading status. And I don't understand the bureaucratic ramifications of that, but it was important. And then, because my dad worked in industry, sold raw materials in fabrication places, he's told me these stories of factories being unbolted from factory floors, loaded onto trucks, driven to ports, floated to China, where those same machines get bolted down, building gets constructed over them, a percentage of the factory staff goes over to train their replacements. Who are getting paid $1 a day, $2 a day, whatever it was. So it wasn't technology made in China. It was American technology that had evolved through, the industrialization of America up to that point. And now it's being kind of like thrown into foster care and sent to China. So during this period of time, obviously there was a government around, but America was focused on goods. And then I remember going to this thing where my dad was talking about, now we're a service economy. So goods and services. And the services being, it's like, yeah, but why aren't we, making the stuff? Why aren't there as many engines hanging from tree limbs? Because Americans know how to fix this stuff. What's happening here? Why are we losing our ability to create goods? And now we're, switching to everybody's going to rub each other's back. We're going to have a service-based economy. So, goods and services. Now, the other thing, the dollar. So, if you think of the economy as goods and services or as money, America's money is used throughout the world. But the only place you can print American money is in, America. So America is the fountainhead of all of this transactional currency. So in a sense, America can create wealth just by printing money or the appearance of wealth, but it's a facade. It's just-in-time economy, in a sense. So the printer of the currency, the people who run this country have their tentacles into printing the currency, which is fine as long as you can keep that going forever. Because if you can't, then, or if that becomes a substitute for creating goods and services, then if your currency somehow becomes irrelevant or dried up or inflated or you printed too much of it, which is what's kind of maybe going on now, and you've lost your ability to create goods. Once your currency's no good, you have no way, you have nothing to offer in exchange for goods. So if your country's pouring all of its goods in from outside because you're in charge of the currency, you're in a precarious position. So get away from the money. The government gets to print the money, and the people who are attached to the government. And these people are wealthy, they think, but they can't do anything. They can't actually do anything. They're useless. And so, for national security, however you want to put it, start to make goods and do things without using the money. That's all I got right now. What are you thinking? Ooh, it got hot. Phone got hot. Fucker's always listening to your ass.